My name is Kara, and Logan is my hometown. Utah's my place of residence, and I'm here because I want to be part of helping to break the cycle of addiction, create that possibility, and I'm very passionate about it. It means recovering from substances, which that's what I'm doing. I'm an addict in recovery. And it means taking all the tools that I've acquired over the last 41 years and integrating it into my life and making it my everyday way of living, just like brushing my teeth. Recovery means I'm in recovery court, which was called drug court. So that's an 18-month program. But even before I started doing that, I have a sponsor. I do step work. I do the mental house cleaning. I purge my hurt. I go to a meeting every night because this is how I look at it. I used every day, so I need to put as much effort into my recovery as I did when I was using. And so it's a forever thing. However, I take it day by day. So one day at a time. You'll hear that a lot, one day at a time. Oh my gosh, absolutely. When you're under the influence of drugs or alcohol, you completely, absolutely isolate. And in a world of isolation and virtual reality and social media, people typically disconnect anyway. But when you're using, you're scared of everything. And so what I found by going to my meetings, and I go to NA, I go to AA, I go to ARP, that's the LDS 12-step meeting. There are so many different support groups, and I found community. I call them, I'm part of the tribe, and I found other people that are just like me, so I'm not alone. Even when I felt alone, I'm loved, I'm accepted, I'm supported, and I love just as hard. And I know I always have a place. I always have a seat because I've earned that seat. And I used to kind of be like, well, I don't know, I don't want to do that the rest of my life. But what I found is the love and the fellowshipping, like we have a good time. We go to dinners, we play kickball or dodgeball, we have Freedom Fest, Campvention, Fish and Pig, oh my gosh, and we have a good time. And I found that community is so important, and it's also not cookie cutter. You know, if you want to be a part of community, start creating community, start participating, and you'll find so much love. Well, that's step number 2. Come to believe a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. I like to say also complete spiritual health. Without hope, what's the opposite of hope? Hopeless. It really makes picking yourself up even harder. And I, being 41, I can't tell you how many times I have picked myself up and I've fallen. And I picked myself up and I've fallen. And it doesn't matter if it's 100,000 times. Through hope, I've always found a way to pick myself back up. And the beautiful part is I don't have to go back out and continue that behavior. And in recovery, you have all the tools through the 12 steps. And you have a sponsor that can guide you through those steps. So you don't have to do that. You don't have to live in that pain and isolation and misery. 100%. I know that I used to live in shame and guilt. And I was so scared of what people would say. Oh, she's done it again. Why would you do that? You know, there's a huge stigma. You know, they say get help, but reaching out for help isn't always easy. And I want to live in a community that supports people that reach out. And almost like, hey, we've got you. Like, it's a we thing, not a me thing, you know, because you can't do it alone. So if somebody needs help, reach out, and I promise the universe will provide. But you have to be open and willing and honest. 100%. We are not losers. We are spiritual warriors, okay? We have extensive soul curriculums. And we are in our training to help shine a bright light for others that can't see in the dark. And we have a special purpose in this world to help others. And it comes out, man. I'll tell you what, every single person in recovery that I know is a fantastic human being, and they care. They're not just too busy, too stuck in their own world, in their own ways. We're like, hey, we've got a design for living curriculum, and it works. And if you want part of that, like, let us know, and we'll help. We'll help you, like 100%. You always have love and support when you come. Awareness, having a really high awareness. You know, growing up, I lost both of my parents through the disease of addiction. Okay, they both overdosed because they saw a doctor that they thought was helping them, and he wasn't. He wasn't. They died. And back in 2000 and 2006, it was, oh, you get in trouble, you go to prison. There was no rehabilitation. And we've come a long way, but I feel like we can go a lot further. And so let's create that awareness. Let's create that possibility and help the people in need, because we're not a lost cause. You're not a lost cause.